Hello everybody, welcome back once again to the Suikoden 2 walkthrough. Alright, so in the last video there we arrived in Banner Village, and I'm actually at the item store here obviously. And I picked up, it looks like there was a couple of rare finds now. There was the rose brooch and then was that a tomato seedling I think? The rose brooch is actually used to recruit somebody. Actually, I mean, it's a piece of actual gear, I believe, too. I think you can actually equip those. Or a couple of people can equip those, that is. Oh, alright, so here's a seed potato in this house here. So this is the house that looks like just north of the inn. Oh, okay, looks like I've got a little cut in my video coming up here. Again, so basically what you want to do, though, is when you come into Banner Village, obviously just save first here at the inn, and then go over and take a look at the rare finds, and see if you can get that rose brooch as well as that tomato seedling, and if they're not there, well, reset your game. Here, I actually just came back up to Redot because there's a character that we can recruit here, but I'm not sure why he's not here yet. I don't know if it's a random deal or if I needed to actually do... we probably just need to come back later. It looks like I'm just here too early. Alright, so we'll head back to Banner. Obviously, I just jumped in the boat and headed back up to the dock. I'm just going to probably check one last time here. But yeah, so anyways... there's a character down here. He'll be like standing right around in there. And you need the rose brooch actually in your inventory. Did I just say inventory with a D? I guess it's a little early in the morning. But anyways, you need that rose brooch in your inventory to recruit him. I just ran past a boy with looks like a piglet. I wonder why. I'm guessing I'm heading back to the castle. And probably just to get rid of, I guess, that tomato seedling that I just grabbed. I don't know. It seems like kind of a wasted trip. Kind of killing a lot of time here just to do that. I don't know. It seems a bit strange, but... you know, I'm not... I don't shy away from doing strange things. So, anyways, that's what it looks like I'm gonna go do. I think we've got we do have a boss coming up. I think that Stallion was not a good choice here. You know, hindsight's usually 50-50 and all that, but then since we have we have a boss coming up, and I think that somebody else that had, you know, a decent rune would have been better in his spot. And then on top of that, I mean, Stallion's great for when you're kind of cruising around on the world map and trying to cover a lot of ground, but we're not going to be doing that a whole lot. We're basically just going to teleport back to, whatchamacallit there, Banner Village, and then, so what am I doing? Grabbing some items. So it looks like I grabbed my Celadon urn. Usually that would mean that I was going to go try to grab, what's his name? Is it LeBron, I think that's the guy's name there in Redot. He's the one that can appraise for you. But again, it seems, I think we're still a little ways off on that. I could be wrong. Maybe it is now an appropriate time to try to get him. Anyways, alright, so we're taking the tomato seed over here to Tony now. I actually had one more seed in my warehouse there that I could have brought. Generally what I did, though, was anytime I had a seed or one of the livestock items, I made sure I was only handing one in at a time. Now, that's a good rule. Obviously, there's a bug regarding those, and the real more, or I would say the more important thing is that you don't trade two of the same type at the same time. That's where the bug actually kind of rears its ugly head. So you can actually give them, like, say, a potato seed and a tomato seed at the same time, and you'll be fine. But just make sure you're not trying to hand in two of the, like, say, 2 tomato seeds at the same time. So, again, I would, just make sure that you're doing one of each type at the same time. Yeah, that's just the more important way to go about it. So here he is. Here's LeBron, and it does look like, yeah. So we're actually able to recruit him now. And so let's go ahead and do that. Now, I don't know, the whole appraising thing in this game, it's whatever. I guess, some of this stuff you can actually make decent amounts of money. Like the Celadon Urn is actually worth a ton of money. And actually there is I believe a shop farther on, I should say a trading post in the Tauren Republic, and that's where we're going to be heading next. So actually, it's not a horrible idea to, if you've got one, recruit LeBron and then take it with you, because again, we can actually sell that here real soon. So, anyways, all right. So I just checked the item shop here, and generally every time I come through here, I check that the item shop, just because every once in a while they've got those speed rings. Oh, and here he is. Okay. So, maybe I just needed to recruit one more character or something. I'm not sure, but Simone is now here. So, anyways, alright. So, Simone is looking for his rose brooch, and obviously we've got that in our inventory now, so we will definitely hand that over to him. So the story there was that he lost it and it floated downstream. The kind of interesting thing, though, is that, and I mean, it seems like it's a one-of-a-kind item, but it's not. And the reason why I say it is because you can keep buying rose brooches down at the Banner Village item shop throughout the game. So, but whatever. Okay, who did I just kick out? Did I kick out? Who cares? Oh, I didn't kick out any of that. Okay. So I assume that means that I'm actually going to go back now, because there's almost no way that I would have left Anita out and, left Simone in. I think he's garbage, so I'm not going to. I am not going to use it. Okay, so now again, in hindsight, maybe it wasn't such a bad idea to have a stallion running around with me, because I have now made, this will be the second trip back to the castle. So, I don't know. Head back again, and we'll kick Simone back out. And that's kind of one of the annoying things about, again, now, like, why did I have to do that even, right? Why couldn't I just send Simone back to the castle? So I don't know. Again, it's weird when you recruit certain people how you literally have to kick somebody out of your party to get them in, as opposed to just telling them to go to the castle, which is, again, an option sometimes too. So I don't know, it seems weird, but whatever. Alright, so that's interesting. I don't know why I put Miku in my party. I think that was Miku anyway. To me, it's hard to keep those squirrels. I should say it's hard to keep track of those squirrels sometimes. But I suspect that means that we're going to go try to grab Stallion. Or not Stallion. What is his name? Siegfried. And, not 100% sure on that. But in order to get him, we actually need to go to here, the path to Matilda. Now, if you'll notice, the guards are gone out of here. So, and here's Bedeau. Okay. Yeah, that was Miku Miku. Okay. So Miku Miku is a girl, which maybe is obvious from the pink cape. But, and why is that important? Well, in order to recruit Siegfried, who is a unicorn, and actually we've actually run into Siegfried already once. Siegfried was the unicorn in the Kobold Forest there that we ran into while we were recruiting Hicks and Tengar. Now, the first thing you need to do, though, is come here and recruit Bedeau. And the reason for that is he gives you 2 listening crystals. Now, there are... okay, what is it? At least 4 large monsters in the game. And what do I mean by large? Well, they unfortunately take up 2 of your party spots. So, like, Shiro is an animal that only takes up 1 party spot. All the squirrels are all, animals that only take up 1 party spot. You need to have an animal with you when you recruit Bedeau, so that means any of the squirrels, Shiro. Is that it? That might be it. The squirrels and Shiro. I'm just trying to think of what other animals there are. I think, I feel like that's probably it. But anyway, so Bedeau gives you those 2 listening crystals. Now, what that means is you have to choose between the 4 remaining large monsters. Now, 2 of them, and you can kind of say a third, are these like octopus things or kraken, whatever you want to call them. I'm not actually going to recruit either of those 2, and the reason being, I'm actually going to recruit Feather here, which is a griffin, as well as Siegfried. Now, again, sort of your choice. The one thing that you have to be really careful of, though, is that if you recruit the krakens or whatever, you will not be able to get the best ending in the game. Because one of those krakens that you can recruit is not actually considered a Star of Destiny. I suspect that was an error, but whatever. One kind of interesting thing about those krakens, whatever, if you recruit both of them, you can recruit a third kraken that is like a small, well, apparently it's their child. Again, unfortunately, though, that third kraken is also not a Star of Destiny. So, basically, if you want to recruit all 108 stars, you can do any combination of Feather. I think it's Rumodia is the one kraken that's actually counted as a star, and then Siegfried. So again, any 2 of those, and you'll be fine. So I'm going to go with Feather and Siegfried. And, yeah, we'll kind of just go with that route. Here is where you get your option to recruit Feather. So basically it says a listening crystal is shining. Now, I think if you pick the bottom option there, you don't recruit Feather. And I don't know if you ever can again. I'm not sure on that. Like, I don't know if you turn him down, if you can come back later and still get him. I'm not sure. I don't think I've ever actually tried that. But anyways, here we get Ada. And again, we've now recruited Feather as well. Now, I'll be honest. I think the monsters in this game are generally just junk. I don't think that any one of them is worth giving up 2 party spots for. Basically ever. So they're just not. They're not strong enough to merit 2 spots. And there are some sort of interesting combinations with Bedeau. So basically, if you have Bedeau, the hero, and then the 2 large monsters, I think he's got a, I don't know if it's his, maybe it's his rune. that allows you to make your monsters berserk. So you can, give them the berserk status. Here is a lamb, I think. A sprightly little lamb. Yeah, let's buy that. Excuse me. But anyways, Badeau and the large monster. So like I said, I think some of them have, maybe some of them have rune spots even that you can equip to them. I don't know. I know that Siegfried and Feather both actually do have runes that are permanently attached. Actually, I think the Kraken does too. Actually, probably even both of them. And I don't know though if they have any other options, like if they've got any open rune spots. Again, I've never actually done much with them. I mainly think that they're sort of a waste. But yeah. Anyways, some interesting combos too. So like I think that the two Kraken have a combo, maybe even with their the third little mini Kraken as well. I don't know. Again, I've never actually recruited all three of those, the Krakens, that is. Yeah. So I don't know. That's my I guess overview on the recruitable monsters. Again, it's a little unfortunate that you have to choose, between monsters like that. And then on top of that, again, like the fact that if you choose wrong, you can't even get the best ending in the game. It's just, I don't know, it's really annoying. I think it's really dumb, but whatever. All right, so I imagine we are. I honestly don't think I need to even fight these anymore. I already got it was like Turtle Plains 2 or something like that off of them. And then, whatever that stupid bath item, I think is the chick. Again, not to be confused with the livestock chicks, because those are actually useful. But, the ones that those guys drop are not. I think Bob still doesn't want to join us. Hey, join our group. Come on, man. Oh, you're not ready yet. Alright, so his dialogue has actually changed a little bit there. We're kind of making a good case. Like, hey, man, we've got a lot of friends. I could be a friend to you. Anyone got it? You yet? Wildly inappropriate there. Wildly inappropriate reference. Good old Shawshank. Anyways, alright, so we're back in Two Rivers. As always, I like to check here at the river finds. And, oh, boom, wow, okay, we gotta hit the jackpot this time. So 2 wizard runes and then 1 warrior rune. Wow. It's actually, yeah, that's pretty lucky. We'll see here what I actually, or if I do anything with these. I'll be completely honest. I didn't really utilize many of the decent spellcasting characters in this game. Those being, who would those be? Like Rinna. Rinna's really good. Vicky's good. Tengar is pretty good. So on and so forth. And Luck. Well, actually, Luck is probably the best one. But yeah, I wish I probably would have done that. I'll be honest. I think Luck is actually a real powerhouse. He's I mean, number one, he's super flexible, meaning he can equip. I think he's got 3 different rune spots that he can, or 3 rune spots that he has. I don't think any of his are attached permanently either, so I think he's, basically a blank slate. But yeah, so somebody like him with a wizard rune is really good, and then, like a lightning or whatever the upgraded lightning rune is. I think it's the thunder rune. So yeah, I think that he would have, I would have made better use out of, those wizard runes on someone like him. Again, Rinna is really good though as well. She's another one of those characters that has 3 open rune spots. So, for whatever reason though, I just didn't really go with any of the casters this time around. Man, I sound so sick. And I feel so sick. Anyways, I think these, well, actually, no, we already got these. I think the Hawkmen or whatever these things are here actually dropped a recipe earlier on in the game. Again, I think I've already got it, so I wasn't real concerned about that. But anyways, generally what I'm gonna do here too is since this is the Cobalt Forest, if it wasn't already obvious, and we actually have been here before, but I basically never opened any of the treasure chests other than the very last one because I knew that one was safe. Now I think it is only the first one that you really need to worry about, and I think it's what is it? It's a necklace inside there. Which, you know, I don't know, real talk, I think necklaces are pretty worthless. They're for the kobolds, and I don't ever use the kobolds, so, you know, why bother? Ooh, there's a fire emblem. Okay. Those are buyable in Highway Village, so I've already got quite a few of those, but it looks like Free could make use of that, so cool. I'll take it. Okay. Moving on. There's our lamb, and I don't know when that lamb actually appears. The first time that I ran through here, it wasn't there. Otherwise, I would have grabbed it. I suspect it's when you actually recruit Yuzu into your army, or whatever. I think that's when that actually starts to appear there. Otherwise, I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. You can't do anything with any of the livestock until you get her anyway. So again, generally, I don't think it's such a bad idea to not, you know, pick those livestock items up until you recruit her anyway. So no real loss there. But and again, I mentioned this in the first time that I came through here. There is that bug with the necklace, and you know, again, I think it's that first treasure chest in this area where if you open it, you cannot get that lamb. So again, that is why I do that. All right, so here is Siegfried and Stallion. You need to bring a pure maiden, sorry, to Siegfried. So some of the pure maidens are Miku Miku. Say yes. Miku Miku and Sierra. I don't know if Nanami is considered one or not. I don't know. I've never actually tried to bring her here. But Siegfried basically, what does he say there? He says he wants to marry or he wants to be betrothed to a pure maiden, which, okay, man, you're a super weird unicorn, but whatever, dude. All right, there's the Mangosh. And, God, hopefully I've got an escape talisman here, because that would be really great. But yeah, anyway, so you can, you know, bring whoever you want here, as long as they're a pure maiden. And again, I don't know which ones are and which ones aren't. I vaguely just remember those three. Again, Miku Miku, Sierra, and Tengar are the ones that come to mind now. I kind of wish I would have brought Sierra actually instead. Miku Miku, I don't know. It's funny because he doesn't talk. It's just a squirrel, but you know, again, I kind of wish I would have brought someone else. Actually, so here I've got Nanami now that I see that. So I don't know if it's maybe she's not considered one, or because I already brought Miku Miku, like, and maybe it had something to do with their formation, you know, like the battle formation here. So, you know, obviously Miku Miku was potentially chosen first. Again, just because of my actual party formation, I don't know. I'm not sure on that, but interesting anyway. Okay, anyways, it doesn't look like I've brought in a escape talisman, unfortunately, here, so it's kind of crummy, but again, it is what it is. just got a deal. Okay, so as far as the monsters that I decided to go with there, and now, okay, so now we've used the second listening crystal. Obviously, Siegfried being the second monster to use one of those. And again, unfortunately, you can't get any more. Those are, one-time deals, and you recruit your 2 monsters, and then you call it a day. But as far as those 2 monsters go, again, both of them, or each of them, have a rune, and I don't know. I'm not real impressed with the monsters. Again, I don't think that they're worth taking up 2 party spots for. They're just plain not powerful enough. So that being said, I won't be. I don't believe you'll see them ever in my party. So there's that. Boy, I just realized I thought that this was going to be more of a Tauren Republic guide, or a guide to the Tauren Republic, and we've really just recruited people, which, not the worst thing ever. Okay, wow, what's next? I should say who's next. Boy, I don't know if I ever mentioned this before, but was it 5? I think it's 5. Yeah, 5 total squirrels have a unite attack. So obviously you need to have the hero and then the 5 squirrels in your party. And yeah, they do a unite attack. I think it's the only 5 character unite in the entire game. I think it's 5. Maybe you only need 4 of them. I don't remember now. For whatever reason, I vaguely remembered it being 5, but maybe it's only 4. Anyways, join us now. Come on, buddy. Okay. Bob still won't join us. I guess that's why I ran all this way. Come on, man. I'm really putting in the effort here. I think you need 80 recruits in order for him to join. And I don't know if that actually counts the squirrels or not, to be completely honest. Something tells me probably not. But, whatever. Alright, where to next? Question of the hour. Back at Lake West. Oh, a healthy baby chick. Alright, so there's another chick. Probably could have got rid, to be honest, I totally could have got rid of those Mega Medicine. I don't think I used those for the entire rest of the game. But I could be wrong. Who knows? That's just vaguely what I remembered. Okay, what are we going to? Oh, probably gonna dump something off here. I would suspect it's going to be some of the livestock. Yeah, so right there, I've got 2 lambs and so here I was doing the whole, making sure that I didn't give him or give Yuzu more than 1 animal at a time, and Tony 1 seed at a time. So here I'm just gonna make a quick run up to them. So I've got basically a potato and a lamb that will drop off. Again, now I did just pick up that chick, and I could have brought the chick with as well, because again the bug only actually fires or activates when you try to give two of the same item to Tony or Yuzu. So I would have been fine. That's right, I did. It's kind of cool. Eventually, Yuzu here will be riding around on one of the sheep, which is, I think, kind of cute. But, anyways. I have no idea where I'm going. I know I'm not going to play that horrible gambling game. Oh, there's Siegfried. What's up, Chief? Freaky weird unicorn. Oh. The library is right here, and you can actually start bringing, I think we could have started bringing the old books here a long time ago, but for whatever reason I didn't, mostly because I didn't bother exploring the castle much, to be completely honest. So, probably wasn't that wise, but again, now that I know that it's there, I can actually get rid of a bunch of items out of the warehouse. Now, with the old books, I didn't ever run into any bugs there, where if you hand in more than one at a time, it would make some weird goofy bug. But I suspect that's because they're all actually labeled differently. So, like, it's old book, volume 1, old book volume 2, so on and so forth. Whereas things like the ranch items or the seeds actually do have the exact same name. So, seed potato or lamb or chick, they all have the same exact name. So, handing in more than one at a time is going to give you some issues. Alright, so here I came in here to the kitchen, and I don't think I actually finished this, the cooking contest this time. So here what you want to do really is probably just save your game beforehand. Or just stay out of the kitchen. However you want to do it. And it's important to remember that if you've got any of those dropped recipes, or I should say, any of the recipes that are dropped by monsters, you always want to make sure that they're not in your actual active inventory. Pretty much really ever. So basically, as soon as you get one of those, you want to throw it in the warehouse immediately. Again, reason because you don't want to walk into the kitchen and accidentally hand over, recipes to Hayo, and that's just because it's gonna cause issues. Again, it's just so many just goofy things with the bugs in this game. It's actually just really annoying. But if you can, kind of remember that the bugs are there and don't, accidentally stumble into the kitchen at bad times, you'll be fine. But yeah, we'll basically what happens there is, I think I might have mentioned this in one of the earlier videos too, but there's like a sort of an Iron Chef type cook-off contest thing in the kitchen randomly throughout the game. And I don't actually know what happens when you lose one. I don't know if you can try again, or like if that cook challenges you again. I'm not sure, but generally I just make sure that I save my game beforehand, and then if I don't win, then I just reset. Unfortunately, though, a lot of those are based off of like recipes and the recipes that you've got. So basically, the more recipes that you actually have, the more likely it is that you're going to do well. So there's that. And then there's also obviously playing to the judges too. There's certain judges like certain things. And, I'll be honest, I'm not going to go over too much more about the cooking contest just because it's not really that relevant to the game. To be completely honest, I think that you can go the entire game without even touching it, and you're not going to really be any less powerful or strong or whatever. It's just, it's a mini game that you can just, again, I think you can completely do without. I do know though that if you complete all the cooking contests, it actually changes the ending just a little bit, but it's hard to even say that. It's basically it's just like every other Suikoden game where as the game ends, you kind of you'll know, or the game explains to you what happened or what everybody went on to do, and if you complete all the cooking contests, Hayos says something, and again I don't even know what it is, but or I don't remember what it was. But so in that regard, it can kind of change the ending. Again, it doesn't make the ending any better or any worse. It just expands a little bit on what Hayo actually did after the events of the game. So again, I didn't even bother. There's a lot of cooking contests, and I didn't feel like doing them, so I just didn't. I don't know what the plan here is. So I'm dropping off sound sets. So sound sets, I suspect, are like the old books, because they're labeled, or they have different labels. It shouldn't matter if you give, what is this guy's name, Connell? It shouldn't matter if you give Connell more than one at a time. Again, because the names are different, or labeled different, however you want to look at that. But yeah, so looks like we're just doing a lot of, or my plan here for this video is to kind of do a lot of upkeep. Get rid of the livestock from my inventory, as well as try to get some of them out of my warehouse, because as always my warehouse is overflowing, as well as my regular inventory as well. For better or worse, this is one of the. It's one of those goofy games where it's unfortunate because there's a lot of items that are only available during certain points of the game, and if you don't, get them farmed up, well, you'll never get them again. So, oftentimes that means that I go and farm a bunch of limited time items, and then they end up sitting in my inventory or warehouse for the entire rest of the game. So, it is what it is. But alright, so it looks like am I actually gonna do this cooking contest? Yeah. Okay. Alright, it's on. Alright, actually, I am going to I'm just going to end my video here because I think I have lost this cooking competition, so, I think, and then I just ended up resetting my game and doing it, so I don't know if I've got footage of that in the next video or not, but, again, as always, hope the guide was helpful, and hope you join me for more videos. Thanks for watching.